Hello and welcome back to Overbooked. I'm Amanda and today we're not going to talk about books. So I've been thinking about doing this for a while and I think I've briefly mentioned this in some of my goals videos and whatnot, but I actually am very into sustainability and for a while I had a zero waste blog. So I'm not trying to make this channel all about zero waste or try to shove sustainability down your throat, but I thought that once a month to keep myself accountable and to offer affordable and easy changes that you could make into your life and do a video on maybe 3 easy zero waste alternatives every month. So that's only 12 videos a year. If you don't want to watch it, that's totally fine. You could just skip this and move on with your day. But for those of you that are curious and would like to know more or would like hints and helpful suggestions, feel free to stop by once a month and check in. I think that for every one of these zero waste videos I'm just gonna start off by saying I don't buy any of my books, I use the library. Well, I buy a couple of books, but I think last year I bought 3 books. Definitely just a really easy way to save waste and maintain a waste-free lifestyle is to utilize your library. So for the 3 tips that I'm going to do today, they're gonna be really, really easy. They're gonna be really obvious, and I think we've all been told a million times to do these things, but I think that it's a really good reminder. And even though we've been told a million times, there's even more times that I've been told that I've seen somebody not utilize these things. So, first one, remember to use your reusable water bottle. And I know that this is super, I'm gonna say this every single one. I know this is super annoying because we all know this, right? But I can't tell you how many times I am at work or I'm out in public or I am with a friend or whatever, and there are plastic water bottles. Or there's the other day at work, we were in our conference room and there was just water bottles all over the table. And I was just like, why? With that being said, I understand that obviously we're not all perfect. I am not perfect. I have definitely used a plastic water bottle, but I think we all need to just kind of think about it and know that we could do better and to make sure just to remember to bring your water bottle everywhere. I got some stats. So I have some stats for each one of my tips and I'm gonna put all the sources below. And I tried my best to find reliable sources. If you're like, girl, you're not finding reliable sources, just tell me and we'll do better. The class I'm taking for my degree right now is all about scientific writing, so maybe I'll get better. It takes plastic 1,000 years to degrade in the landfill. With that being said, Americans throw away 35 billion plastic bottles a year. Obviously, we all make mistakes, but maybe just really try to remember, once a week, just be like, okay, I've got my water bottle. And I know it's really hard because you're like, girl, I have to bring a million fucking things with me to avoid waste. And I totally get it. Sometimes the only thing I'll bring is my water bottle. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna use disposable utensils. I know I'm gonna have to get a plastic bag at the store, but I just can't fucking handle bringing one more thing, so I'm just gonna bring my water bottle. And sometimes that's all you can do. You know? I also want to say that there are a lot of instances where you can't use a reusable water bottle because your drinking water may not be safe. So right now I live in Michigan. I live about an hour away from Flint. I think it's totally okay that if you're in Flint or any other place in the world that's not clean drinking water, that you use plastic water bottles because that shit is insane. It's 2020. Let's get everybody clean water. But in the meantime, since people can't get their act together, please drink out of plastic water bottles. No judgment. So, tip number 2. While we're on the subject of beverages, I also think another great tip that I know we've all heard before is bring your reusable coffee mug. Same with this thing, there's a person that I work with who comes in every single morning with a coffee that they bought at Tim Hortons or something with a disposable cup. The whole getting up in the morning and trying to get out the door is already a thing. It's hard to do. But I feel like if you know you're gonna get coffee, just bring it, you know? It couldn't hurt. At least try once a week. According to an EPA blog that I've found, there is about 25 billion coffee cups disposed every year. So I think if you just try to adjust your habits once a week, twice a week, make it a habit, I think those small changes add up when a lot of people do them. So I think that would be great. I think a great solution to this, and I haven't done it myself, is just getting one of those double insulated water bottles or whatever, a container that can hold hot and cold. So then you just bring one thing with you, and if you want water, you have water, and then if you want coffee, you can dump your water out and get coffee. So then you just have to bring one thing with you. Something I would like to invest in 2020. So the last one is super annoying, but I thought since I'm doing the Visco Girl Readathon, I would throw it in. And I understand that people think it's annoying, but I think it's just another way to cut back, and that's plastic straws. I think so many people are like caught up in how insignificant or annoying or whatever the whole plastic straw ban is, and I get it, you think the number is really small, but if we could eliminate waste somehow in some percentage, wouldn't you want to try? I don't get it. Like, if it's just an unnecessary waste, then just don't use it. I know that medically some people need to use straws, and so please continue using straws. I think that for that reason, I think restaurants could always still carry straws. Maybe you would need to request a straw. I don't know, the perfect world, that's what I would do. Right now, 500 million straws are used each year, and that's a lot. Right now, about 8.3 billion straws pollute the world's oceans, so, you know, I think an improvement could be made in this area. I think, obviously, you can use a reusable straw. You can get glass straws, you can get metal straws. I have glass straws, I use them for my smoothies. But I think the easiest way, that if like you don't need a straw, just say no to a straw. You don't have to buy anything. You don't need to like go out of your way or like spend money on it. It's very, I think, accessible for people who are able to drink without a straw. Like when I go to the restaurant, I just say no straw. Can you please, I want a water with no straw. 40% of the time, I still get a straw, but I am still saying it, and I'm making sure that I'm putting that out there, and 60% of the time, I don't get a straw. So, there it is. Again, if you need to use a straw, I'm not telling you that that's a terrible thing that you're doing for the environment. Like, if you need it, use it. But if you don't need it, don't use it, because it's not necessary. You can still drink water without a straw. That's it for my tips. That's my 3. I thought I'd do a pretty easy 3 to start off with. I think all 3 of those are very easy and affordable ways to switch. You know, there are a lot of great water bottle and reusable coffee cup options, but you could always just go to Walmart. And I know those are all made of plastic and they're not ideal, but if you buy one of those and you just continually use it, it makes up for a lot of the ones that you were using with the plastic ones that you're just throwing away. And even if you do try to recycle it, recycling is not a perfect system, and a lot of the items that go into recycling don't get recycled. I think it's always just a safe bet to just try to eliminate any possibility of waste. I'll be doing these once a month. I don't know if you guys like them. If you guys really hate them, just let me know and I'll stop doing them. But I really enjoy this topic, and I really enjoy figuring out how to make sustainability accessible and affordable, because I think when we have the topic of sustainability, we leave out a lot of people in that conversation, and I think a lot of people feel excluded because they don't think it's possible, or they just don't feel like what they would do would make a difference, or they don't have time or money to invest in sustainability. And I feel like a lot of things about sustainability you don't need to invest a lot of time or money in. So I think that's really important to point out and to advocate for, because I think if we want to see a greater change, we need a lot more people to partake, and you just can't have a lot of privileged white women partaking in a movement, because it's only a very small portion of the world. So I hope that these are helpful. If you're looking for suggestions on things and sustainability or different things to trade out, everyday items, let me know in the comments below. I'm still working on it. I obviously have a lot of financial goals, so I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on going zero waste, and that's kind of why I want to do these as well, to help me find solutions for myself. I might not have a lot of answers yet, but you asking me those questions will definitely encourage me to try to find the answers. Thank you for watching this very random and non-related book topic. I hope that you guys liked it, and if you did, please like this video and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.